And we're back again, guys. Dave here from Frontline MMA with my wife.
Hello.
And tonight we're going to be going over some of what I consider the some of the best trash talk within the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment. All right, there we go. Is that better?
I think we sound
A little better? Okay.
Sorry.
So, in my opinion, trash talk is without a doubt sometimes better than the fights itself. So yeah, we're just gonna go over some of the good ones and kind of rank it. So let's see here what we got. So I'm gonna show you some of the clips of what I think is the best.
Okay.
Maybe not necessarily the best. There's definitely some bad ones in here.
Yeah.
But it's either funny or the way that it affects the fight or the way that a lot of it gets into their head maybe.
Yes.
Or either way, what I would consider to be kind of effective trash talk, whether it's because it's funny or because of the way they shut down their opponents, or
Okay.
So these aren't necessarily. I'm not necessarily ranking the best trash talkers in the UFC.
We're just going on some videos.
Just the best. Okay. Some of the best instances of trash talking. So if there are people who are on this list more than once, it's just because they had multiple times when their trash talking was effective.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started with the first one here. Actually, give me just a minute. We will be right back. All right, sorry about that. We're back. All right, so let's check out right here. All right, let's check out the first one.
Okay.
Nobody is allowed to ask Neil Magny a question today. You'll sit there, you'll shut up, and you'll do what you're told. Let's go, drown him out. I want to hear you fucking scream when he speaks, yeah? Hey, honestly, shut your fucking mouth. Saturday night, I'll jab you in the mouth and I'll break that fucking nose.
Listen, out of the whole thing, all I heard was, "I'll break your effing nose."
So it's very Conor McGregor.
It was so quick too. I was just like, I can't keep up with this.
So it's Ian Gary, and Ian Gary is the second coming of Conor McGregor.
Oh.
So it's very.
Yeah.
You can feel.
I love the way he talks. It's just that I was like, "What? I'm sorry, sir."
Yeah. But what I love about it is how he gets into Neil Magny's head, and he shuts Neil Magny down, and he just kind of.
He did. He was just like, "Okay."
Neil Magny can't say shit, so and he gets the crowd in behind him, and the crowd's shutting Neil Magny up and everything, and to me that's what makes it a pretty special moment. Yeah. So I would go as far as to rank that probably a B.
That's what I was thinking about, a B.
Probably a B.
I was like A, B, somewhere through there, because it was all I heard was break your effing nose, and I thought that would make me shut up.
Yeah. All right, so on to the next one.
Oh, fuck it. Look at this grown-ass man on fucking TikTok. Maybe that's the problem, bro.
And
we don't want this guy as a champion.
Do something about it.
We don't want this guy as a champion.
Do something about it then.
Bro, any
Do
day.
something about
bro,
it.
I will walk outside with you right now. Right now, you want to get my number? Come on, bro, I will walk.
Right there, I smacked you on your ass. The fuck you do?
Listen, bro, you're going to break a fucking nail. Calm down.
Okay.
Just how
I'm sorry, but
he's right.
I'm not 40, but I can't help but scroll through. It's not really TikTok, but I scroll through things.
Well, what you failed to see before that is he said that he was gonna knock him out.
Yeah.
Well, Israel Adesanya told Sean Strickland he was gonna knock him out and do a TikTok dance over his grave.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah,
Come
and
on.
that's why he come up with you're a grown ass man on fucking TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Sit down.
I can't help.
Calm
I was
down
gonna
before you
laugh
break
'cause
a
I thought
fucking
it was
nail.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I think it's great, and I think Sean Strickland is one of the best at trash talking.
Yeah.
In the modern age, where it's mostly people like Conor McGregor and shit like that, where you have somebody who's more leaning towards like a Chael Sonnen, where he's saying shit that's not necessarily it's more offensive, but it's more acceptable too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put that as a B as well.
Yeah, I would too.
And speaking of Chael Sonnen, here's our next one.
Tito always says I'm using my mouth to get my opportunities. The only person I know that made money using their mouth is his ex-wife.
Well, just to correct you, I was never no marriage.
That's all Tito can say.
What makes that funny is if you don't know who Tito's ex-wife is.
She's a porn star.
She was a porn star. So it's
I like how he's like, well,
great.
The only thing you could say was like, well, sir, the only thing I could say is that we was not married. That's all he could say.
I mean, what else would he say?
I mean,
there's no way to combat that.
But you could slide something else in there maybe, but just Tito, sometimes just blah.
Oh man, I wanna give that S. I want to.
No, you can't do it. You can't do it.
I'll give it an A.
Okay,
I'll give it an A. I love Chael Sonnen.
I know you do. He's like one of your top favorites.
He is, especially when it comes to trash talk. All right.
Next. Oh, is that who I think that is next?
Yeah. There we go.
Of course, he's underdog. King is here.
He said, oh, he's mad.
Oh, fuck your ass.
It just.
Oh, I love him.
It embodies who Hamzat is.
It does. I like how he hits the table. He's like, "Yeah, let's go."
He's
so
like,
excited.
He's kill them all, smash them all. He's the king. The king is here.
He's swift too. For a big man, he's swift.
And then he just like fuck you in the ass.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
It's great, but once again, he's almost shutting down Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
But
well, you can't. You say that he was smiling too, like, oh my god, you just can't.
And that's what makes it is that it's the type of shit. It's not. He's not going in hard on him. It's not like
it's like
he's not going
crap.
after.
It's like they're giving
it's lighthearted.
And it's just so fun.
Yeah.
That's good when they do that. It just makes you want to laugh and go on. They can't help but laugh too.
I want to give that.
You better hit that with the A.
You think it's an A?
Yeah, hit that with the A.
It's good. Yeah, I'll go with an A.
All right, who's next?
Next, we got Chael Sonnen again.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, he's one of the best.
I will slap his manager as quick as I will slap his wife on the ass if she doesn't make me a steak medium rare. Just the way I like it.
Oh, wow.
That was in regards to.
Didn't that give him a lot of backlash too?
Yeah, it was in regards to Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
So he's.
Was that about his wife or something like that?
Yeah, he told him he was gonna walk in and slap his wife on the ass. And he tells a story about how he after that he walked into the bathroom and Anderson Silva's son was in there.
Oh yeah.
And but he said that they all got along fine and everything. It's just hyping up a fight.
Yeah.
It's just getting a fight ready. But I think
it's best to keep family out.
It is best to keep family out of it, but
really
it wasn't so malicious.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
It's not like Conor McGregor with.
Well, at the end, it kind of helps by the way he looks at the camera, like
just the way I like it, medium rare.
Well, no, just like the way he does it was like I'm playing, like not being like you said.
And it's
malicious.
not as bad as some of the shit that he said towards Vanderlei Silva when they were in Brazil. He's talked a lot of shit about Brazil.
That, though?
I don't know.
I don't know if he has.
I don't know.
I remember us watching one of his videos of him talking
but
about
it's
it.
all. It's all to hype up fights and shit like that. But I don't know. I'd give it a C.
Okay.
And when compared to a lot of other Chael's, other shit.
He's really good at it, but that right there was,
Yeah. Now this one.
Is that what's his face?
I personally picked this one because I love this. It is one of my favorite.
Is that Uriah Hall, though?
Uriah Faber?
Yeah, I say that every time.
Yeah. This is one of the worst, best trash talk.
It's that bad. It's just
it's
good.
So bad.
It's
It's fucking good. All right.
Sweet fuck off. Take care of your underwears. I'm gonna you, man.
You see the look on his face.
Look at, oh my God, did you see his face? Like, oh, I'm scared.
He is terrified. You take care of your underwears. I'm going to fuck you, man.
And he was like, Cody Garber was like, oh, what?
Like, what does that even mean?
Yes, he was like, oh, I think he means it. But like, he was scared.
It's so good.
He was like, ooh.
It's so good.
Like, not really scared, but he was just, it was good. Like,
I'd be scared.
I would be too.
I'd be scared.
Me too.
I mean, tell me to take care of my underwear.
Because it was off the wall, but it was like, whoa, no, wait, what?
Oh man, like I said, that's because there's
it's a random
he's
way
definitely
of putting it. Yeah.
Well, if I'm pretty sure English isn't his first language.
No, yeah.
So when you take that along, the barrier there of what he's trying to say and what's coming out, you can tell.
Yeah. But
like, he was trying to come off with some really good shit.
But he did, and everybody knew what he meant. But the way he said it, everybody's like, "We know what you meant, but let's all be like, ooh, what?"
And it's terrifying.
It is.
Once again, I want to give this.
Give that one an S. That one's a good.
It's so fucking good. It is so good.
It is so good.
And we got to go with an absolute classic here. One of my favorites.
Sure. I'm very glad you won that fight, Matt. But I'm not impressed by your performance, and I look forward to fight you.
The most sweetest.
He even shook his hand.
Yeah, that was like the most sweetest negativity comment that you could get.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
Yeah, but it was the sweetest way. Like, well, oh, thank you, but I will do better. And it was just so sincere. Like, I was not impressed by your performance.
But it's just how
but ain't he like
how professional.
Yeah, but everybody talks about how like real sweet he is, though, ain't he?
Yeah, everybody loves George St. Pierre.
But that was just so polite and so like.
And it was one of the things I made sure to include in my.
You got to. I knew you would.
Yeah.
You got to.
But I also included it in my goats list on one of my older videos. Check it out.
Yeah.
And just how professional he is.
Yeah.
That is his biggest instance of trash talk.
Yeah.
Out of his entire career.
So
I love it. I absolutely.
You better give that an S. If you don't get,
I can't give it an S. I can't give it an S.
That's so sweet.
Because it's not.
It don't matter. It's like the best. Like
it's the best from. It's the best from St. Pierre.
It don't matter. You don't expect that kind of trash talk from people.
You don't. You really didn't expect it from George St. Pierre either.
Okay, give it an A.
I'm giving it an A.
Okay, next. Is that Nate?
Yeah, this is
Nate and Connor.
Yeah. This is another one of my favorites right here.
Nate Diaz is what got me in it.
Just if you wouldn't mind counting to 10.
He's the first one I
Nate
saw.
can only count to 5. 10.
One more time.
Gentlemen, if you don't mind, just if you wouldn't mind counting to 10.
Nate can only count to 5. 10.
Did you say 10?
I'm not sure. But, yeah, and that's another one that's so lighthearted. Because, Nate can only count to 5. Or, Nate, yeah. It's one of my favorites because, Connor is one of the best trash talkers
he is.
of all time.
He makes the same too. I love it.
And there was a lot of, there's been a lot of negative trash talk since the Poirier fight. Things got real.
It got
real deep between them and stuff like that, and it got real negative, and it kind of went into a darker territory.
Yeah, because they was best friends before that, and then.
Well, I mean, they were. I wouldn't say they were best friends, but they were.
Don't you remember they was always together, wasn't they?
Well,
like,
no, they were. They were.
They was around each other.
They were doing stuff for each other's charities and stuff like that.
And
after
I remember
the second
them
fight.
laughing and going on, and
it was But now with
no, I'm thinking of Darren Till.
Yeah, you're thinking of Darren Till and Hamzat.
Yeah, every time, because I love their friendship. It's hilarious.
But no, I love it, but I'm gonna put it at a C.
Yeah,
because it's not.
Because it's lighthearted.
It's definitely Now this next one. This one right here was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this this tier list.
Is this the one I think it is?
It is.
It is. Okay, let's
guarantee you that. So if I was you, I hope to God you come ready. Because if you don't, I'm going to beat you into the living death.
Oh, that's such a good one.
So
the
good.
Living Death.
I'm gonna beat you into the living death, and just the way that Tito laughs.
I know, right?
Everything stops for like a beat. Everything's just like everyone's just like, what? What did he just fucking say?
You're gonna beat him.
And the way that he kicks the chair and the chair flies up,
the chair's like, hold up.
So good.
It reminds me of there was a commercial on our TV a while back that I'm not gonna tell you what it's for, but they said, "Let us love you back to life," and I was just like, that was the most corniest.
We're gonna love you back to life.
We're gonna love you back to life, and like. We got kids, and when they say something to us, if they get mad at us sometimes, we will pop off with some good ones, and they was a few times like, let us just love you back to life, because some of them's preteen.
There was a few times when they would say some stuff to me, like, and you wanna
body
you wanna
slam
say
them.
some stuff to them, but instead I just look at them and be like, boy, I'm gonna love you back to life.
Just let us love you back to life. That's what that reminds me of when he says, I'm going to beat to the living.
I'm gonna beat you down, and then I'm going to love you back to life.
Yep, beat you down, love you back to life.
But, yeah, the whole setup of that, the whole...
that chair flying.
The chair flying, Tito's
and Tito
laugh.
does do good. I mean, everything was so comedic and flowing.
Everything about that was so comedic.
Flowing.
I don't care what anybody says. That's an S tier right there.
It is, because it's a really good one.
It is so good. It's not. I mean the trash talk itself is terrible, but that's what makes it so good.
And then just Tito be like, "Oh my God, let me just."
That moment in itself
and
is.
It was good.
All right, what do we got next? I think it's. Oh, I know what it is. Hold on. I love this one too.
Okay.
I asked to fight you. They said, Daniel, what do you want? I said, I want the easiest fight in the division. I want Ryan Bader. I want the easiest fight in the division.
Oh, my God, I love DC.
It's just so brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So I want the easiest fight.
And he called him out straight like, you are the weakest link.
I want the easiest fight in the division.
I know I'm going to whoop you. Everybody can whoop you. That's bad.
And I'm pretty sure it wasn't long after that Ryan Bader got booted from the UFC, and he went to Bellator.
Did he?
Which he's freaking champ at Bellator, so I mean he's good. It's not like he's not good.
Yeah, but that was funny. DC's just good.
DC's hilarious.
He is.
I want the easiest fight in the division.
And he said it so calm. The way he said it was just like
the way that he said it was so matter of factly. Like I want Ryan Bader.
Yeah, like so calm.
Everybody knows Ryan Bader's the easiest fight.
It's not a lie.
We've all had this discussion backstage.
We done took vote.
And Ryan Bader's the easiest.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a B.
Go ahead, give it a B.
I love it, but I'm gonna give it a B.
All right, next.
Let's see. All right, and this next one, there's so many instances in this next one in this interview.
Yeah.
We'll play this right here and then we'll get to it.
Six pack. That's fine. That's all
Who
for show.
looks like a junkie here today?
I look like a. I'm
you look
not.
like a crackhead with a suit on.
Was that?
You look like a crackhead with a suit on.
I could look like a crackhead with a suit on, but I've never been a crackhead like you don't. So you can say I look like one, but I've never been one.
Oh.
I've never been one.
Oh, he shut him up quick.
He knew.
Oh.
He knew that Jones knew he got him. I've never
Love.
been a crackhead.
Yeah, I like how it registered really quick, and he was like, "Oh, I got the perfect thing to say." You could see it hit DC's
you could
face,
see,
and he was
yeah.
like, "I may look like one, but I've never been one." He was
Yes.
like, "Oh, you hit it. You put your foot in your mouth."
Jones should have known
He
better
should've known better. He did.
than
He
to bring
just-
up a drug situation.
Yeah, he should have known so much better.
I've never been a
I may look like one. That's why he looked like he was a struggling father. What John Jones looked like he had a party in Vegas that he's hungover.
I don't know if I have that one on here. I don't think I do, but he was. I think that might have been the same one where he says to him, because DC said something to him along the lines of, "You can't beat me. You're too busy out getting coked up with hookers and shit like that."
Oh my gosh!
And he came back and said, "I'll beat your ass." He said,
Oh,
I
yeah.
beat your ass after a night of hookers and cocaine."
Yeah.
And I mean, John's good too.
Yeah,
He's got some
I've
good
heard
ones
some good
too.
ones from him too.
But all right, I would say that's an A.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm gonna go with a B.
Okay, go with the B.
B's pretty. Yeah. All right.
I just liked his reaction. He was just. I like watching DC real. Oh.
You could see
You could
the
see that he
gears turning in his head.
Like he's like, "Oh, you just threw the bait. You think I didn't realize it, but I got it."
All right, next one.
Oh, I say who's next?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, El Kukui.
No.
So you agree right now?
Every
Yo,
time
one
I
sec,
say
one sec. You look like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. And it makes sense, because you got diarrhea at the mouth, son! Get out of my arena! Get out of here!
It's so fucking stupid.
It is.
It's so stupid. It's funny. You got diarrhea at the mouth, son.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Every time I see glasses like that, and I saw that suit and like way down there where it's real little before you pull it up, I can't tell who it is, and I'm like, is that Tony Ferguson?
No, it's Kobe Covington.
Yeah.
Just you look like a bottle of Pepto Bismol.
Get out of here. Oh.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna put that. I mean, it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's
I would
so
put that as
it's
a D.
so
I
stupid.
don't like it. Yeah, that one is good.
All right. Which one's this?
We're about to see. See, I can't say it's real little at first. I'm like,
I think it's this one. No. Is it this one? Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay. All right, I got it.
That's how you overcome things. That's how you put yourself out there. You believe it, and you achieve it. And that's what I do. I know what I'm going to do. I know that I'm better than this.
Sounds like
I
the
know
worst
that I'm going to knock
self-help
him
book
out.
you've ever read. Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the up. Listen.
Sounds like the best self-help book you've ever heard. Believe, achieve. Shut the fuck up. I love it. I love Bisping, and I love how well he could just shut you down just like that.
Yeah, just so quick. Like, okay.
And that was another one that I'll go back to Chael Sonnen on this one. That was another one that Chael Sonnen did with Tito.
Yeah.
Was and I wanted to put that one on here, but that one was so damn long.
That's bad.
Tito's telling this story about lions and shit like that. And,
oh yeah.
I'll let you watch it later.
Okay. Yeah, let me check it out.
But yeah, Bisping, he's a good one. I'm gonna put that as a C.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Right here. Right here, the hardest hitting 145 pound, the real hardest hitting 145er right here. This guy TKOs people. When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
One of the most famous Conor McGregor moments.
Yeah.
When Jeremy Stevens.
Who the F is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy? That's how you shut someone down.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Because you got nothing else to say to him. Because, and that's the thing, a lot of people don't really know who Jeremy Stevens
I ain't
is.
gonna lie. I was like, who is that back there? Is that
Who
Wolverine?
is that guy?
Who's that? And I'm
So-
like, I know who Conor McGregor is. He probably could take you.
So just how he shuts him down. And
That's
it's
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. The only more famous one is the Red Panty Night one. And I don't, I didn't put that one on here because it's so well known.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put that as an S tier, just because of how well he shuts him down.
Yeah.
And it really shows, it displays Conor's ability for trash talk.
Yeah.
Which I may do a video on best trash talkers, and
Yeah.
I'd say Conor would be pretty high up on that list.
Yeah. He's really good too.
All right, we got two more.
Let's see.
Right here, I'm gonna beat you because I'm better than you. I'm
I already
gonna
told
beat
you
you
to knock
because
your ass out.
how?
Don't worry about how I'm gonna knock you out. You're gonna do it.
You're gonna knock me out. That's how you're gonna beat
Yeah.
me. Nobody even hits me.
You're gonna get hit.
How you gonna hit me?
You got some holes in your game, man.
That's all you gotta say. You got no reasoning. You got no backup. You got holes in your game. And
What?
How you gonna beat me? All right, hold on. There's one more part to that one.
It don't matter how I'm gonna beat you. He says.
There's one more part.
Yeah, we'll be GG.
All right, man, I'm done talking to you.
you can't be done talking to me. You're right here facing me, dummy. You gotta talk to me. You have no choice. You got nowhere to go. Keep talking.
So good.
Yeah.
And I love TJ.
I know you
but
do.
I love Dominic Cruz more.
Yeah, that was
and
good.
Dominic Cruz is without a doubt one of the greatest trash talkers in UFC history, and just how he comes at him with when TJ talks about how he's going to beat him. He's like, "Well, how you going to do it? How you going to beat me? How you going to hit me? You can't hit me. I'm unhittable." And he was.
Yeah.
Dominic Cruz was one of the most unhittable fighters ever. Yeah. Just for his speed, his footwork, how he got out of the way. And you gonna knock me out? You can't even hit me.
There's hoes. Like what? He switched cheese?
What hoes do I have?
Yeah.
Where's the hoes? And he's got an answer for everything.
Yeah.
And then in the second one where he's just like,
you ain't going
he's
nowhere.
like-
You're like,
he's
face me.
he's like, "All right, I'm done talking to you."
You have to.
Keep talking, dummy.
Yeah. So simple.
It's so good. In my opinion, that's S tier.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
That's so good. And the reason why I don't know how long I can have these without getting in trouble by YouTube.
Yeah.
So I cut it up into two parts. But go back and watch that entire interview, and Dominic Cruz is just tearing him apart that entire interview. So that was just I just wanted to include a few snippets from that interview.
Yeah. Like honorable mention.
Yeah, just a little bit from that interview. Go back and watch that whole interview, and it's just amazing. It's so good. All right, we got one more.
Last but not least.
I'm a brick shit house, bro. So, you throw some fiery bricks at a barn, it's a barn burner, and I'm trying to stuff Eddie Alvarez like a Twinkie with my fist. You can make it as gay as you want.
You can make it as gay as you want. I'm gonna stuff him like a fucking Twinkie.
It's crazy, but I love it. It's funny.
I love Mike Perry. He's
I've heard that he's supposed to be hilarious.
He's stupid, but he's hilarious, man. And I think that's what makes him hilarious.
Yeah.
And this was for this wasn't for UFC. This was for bare knuckle.
Oh yeah.
But it was the Eddie Alvarez fight, and he's just absolutely hilarious. Man, it's so good. Because he's not worried about getting into Eddie Alvarez's head or anything like that. That's not what any of this was for.
Yeah.
That's not what most of these were for. Most of these were for just being funny and stuff like that.
And stuff.
And a lot of let's see, I want to go with A tier.
I figured B or C, but if you think A or B,
we'll go B. We'll go B.
So, yeah.
But like I said, a lot of these are just to be funny, and in my opinion, that's what makes trash talking the best is when they're trying to be funny. When it goes into that serious territory and they're talking about family and stuff like that, it kind of gets
past the boundaries.
It gets a little too dark.
Yeah, and it's just something you don't talk about.
But when you're doing it just for fun,
laughs and go.
Or that's like with Colby Covington. Like a lot of Colby Covington's trash talk was where he talked about Kamaru Usman with his father being in prison for a bunch of shady stuff and his manager dying and stuff like that. Like that stuff goes beyond.
You just have to bring up,
Which I get it. It's all to sell the fight and it's all to make the fight better. But the best kind of trash talk is the kind where you can laugh. You can laugh and it can be funny and stuff like that. So the last thing I wanted to do, we are just kind of making this just a quick one tonight, but the last thing I wanted to do before we get off here was I wanted to kind of go over some of the fights this weekend. There are some fights. I think they're in Mexico this weekend.
Okay.
One of the fights that I'm excited for is the Raul Rosas Jr. versus Ricky Turcios. Turcios?
Well, I didn't see who I am.
I know Ortega. Who you are, Brian Ortega. Yeah, that's a good one. But Ricky Turcios, we was on. I'm not sure which season of The Ultimate Fighter. I know he was on The Ultimate Fighter, and I watched it, and he looked good. He's looked good in his last few outings, but except for his last, I believe he lost his last fight, but he's coming up, which Raul Rosas Jr. is too. He was, as you probably know, he came off of the Dana White's Contender Series, and I think
he was the young kid. Wasn't he?
I think he's the youngest kid to ever win to ever get a contract in the UFC.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he was like 17
when he first started.
He's like 17, or he just turned 18. But everyone thought that he was this prodigy, and he is. But his last fight, he dropped because the dude overpowered him. He made him look like a kid.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's to be expected. You gotta think the kid's he's a kid.
Yep.
He's not necessarily ready for some of the bigger fights in the bantamweight division.
Yeah.
But I think that Ricky Turcios is a great fight for him. I think that both of those are. I think it's a great fight for both of those guys. Both of them can come out with a good win right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because once again, Ricky Turcios is still he's still new in the UFC. A lot of what we've seen from him was either on The Ultimate Fighter or in smaller organizations before then, and the same thing with Raul. So it's hard to really judge this one, but I'm rooting for Ricky on this one.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just a fan of his. I think Zellhuber, Daniel Zellhuber, or however you pronounce it, I'm pretty sure he was off of The Ultimate Fighter as well.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, though. All right, we'll go on to the co-main event, Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega. I know that's your guy right there. I know you love Brian Ortega.
I do.
I do too. I'm a huge fan.
Our second oldest son, the way Brian Ortega slicks his hair back one morning, our son was getting ready for school, and his hair was straight back like that, and I was like, oh my God, we got a little Brian Ortega over here.
He did. He looked just like Brian Ortega, the way he slicked his hair back, and yeah. This is a hard one because I think I know you've got Ortega.
Yeah, but what's his face? I don't want to pronounce his.
Yair.
Yeah, I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. I've heard some good things about him too, though.
Well, Yair Rodriguez came off of a win over. Oh God, what's his name?
I feel like I should know it too.
Oh man, how am I forgetting his name? Jake? No, crap.
What is his name?
Hold on, give me just a minute. Let me. Hold on. Josh Emmett. There we go. Yeah, so he came off the fight off of Josh Emmett, and well, as you can see, he's beat Brian Ortega once before.
Oh no!
So it doesn't bode well for Brian Ortega.
But you never know.
But he's coming off the win over Josh Emmett. He did lose to Volkanovski, but once again, Volkanovski's like the greatest.
Oh yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what happened. He's the greatest.
I love his get up before his fight, though.
Which I will go on to say this while we're talking about Volkanovski. I will go on to say that the previous fight with Ilya Topuria, I'm no hater. I'm not a hater. Like, yes, I had Volkanovski winning that fight. I did think Volkanovski was going to pull it off, but once again, calling back to my toughest fights for each UFC champ video, go watch it. I did have Ilya Topuria as the toughest fight for Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that might be a rematch.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I do think it's gonna be a rematch, and I do think if any champ ever deserved a rematch, it's definitely Volkanovski. But I don't think that he should do it right now.
Yeah.
You got to think of what he's coming off of. So he had the loss against Islam, and then he came back and he beat Yair, and then he came back and he lost. He got knocked out by Islam, and now he just got knocked out by Ilya. So at that point, you know, you're coming off of two hard knockouts. Take some time.
Yeah.
Don't go right back into the hardest fight of your life.
Yeah.
Because Ilya Topuria is a beast. And I think if he goes right back into that fight again, there's a good chance he's going to lose again.
Yep.
I think he should take some time and maybe go up to lightweight and lightweight.
Yeah.
He should maybe go back and go up to lightweight and fight some contenders, which is what he said he was gonna do. But then when he after the loss in the press conference, he said that the only thing he's focused on is the rematch with Ilya Topuria, which once again I think that's a terrible idea. Anyways, so as I said, Yair's coming off of a loss, but I don't really count it that much. He's actually, coming off a win over Josh Emmett, which is one of the best in the featherweight division.
Yeah.
Once again, he's beat Ortega once before.
Yeah.
And what really doesn't look good for Ortega is Ortega hasn't fought since probably since the Yair fight. Let's see. Yeah. Hasn't fought since 2022, July of 2022. So he's
almost just a year and a half or so. He's probably been training.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's been training, but that's still
gotta have faith.
Yeah, no, of course he's got a chance, but I'm still gonna give it to Yair.
Yeah,
I think Yair's got him.
Okay, I'll go with Ortega.
All right, Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval. Once again, these two have already fought. I'm pretty sure Brandon Moreno. I know Brandon Moreno beat him. Let's see. Let's look it up here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, he beat Brandon Royval back in 2020.
Didn't we watch that fight?
No, you're probably referring to the Davison Figueiredo fights or the Brandon Royval Pantoja fight. We watched that one. Yeah. I think Brandon Moreno's the best in the division. He's the best in the flyweight division besides Pantoja.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think he's gonna kick Brandon Royval's ass. But I don't know how much closer that gets him to the belt, because he's lost to he's lost to Pantoja. I think he's lost twice to Pantoja. Yeah, right twice. There, twice. So at that point, it doesn't look good for him going back to the belt. So I don't know if he'll be able to get there or not. And Pantoja, I'm not sure where Pantoja's at. I'm not sure what he's going for next. But so I don't really see this being an eliminator fight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
So I don't really know what's on the line there for these two guys. But I do have Moreno pulling it off.
I think so.
Yeah. At that point, if he doesn't get a title shot, I'd probably move up. I probably got him moving up a weight class.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah. What the future may hold.
But all right, guys, that's probably gonna do it for this one. We just wanted to jump on real quick and go over some of these trash talking. I know I've only been posting a lot of shorts here lately, but I do plan on putting up a longer video. I got fighters' careers changed by one fight. That's not necessarily the title. That's a working title. But so basically, like fighters who may have, like, I don't think I'm including him in it, so I'm gonna use him as an example. Like Tony Ferguson, how he was on an absolute tear in the lightweight division, and then he lost to Justin Gaethje. Yeah. And that one loss, since then, he's not gotten anything back. No. It's completely changed the course of his career.
Everybody talks about how it changed him.
So fights like that and fighters like that, I'm gonna put that out. I'm gonna try to get that out next week. I'm gonna try to.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking about starting another channel, a second channel, that is not related to combat sports. We are big movie buffs. We love horror movies.
Yeah.
And
good and bad. We love to have a bad movie, B-movie night.
Yeah. And we're thinking about starting a horror movie channel, which I'm not going to stop doing this. Like, yeah. I love doing MMA content, UFC content, and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to keep this channel going. But I'm also thinking about doing one about horror movies as well. And thinking about starting out with horror movies in under a minute or less. In under a minute. So, like, if I wanted to do one on Scream or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, try to describe the movie and make it a little funny.
Yeah.
In under a minute.
Yeah.
So I might try that. I don't know yet. But either way, guys, that's going to be it for now.